How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay, and today we're going to talk about an investment that even with modest returns, I think is guaranteed to make you a millionaire. I'm going all in on this investment, and I think you should too. So if that sounds like the kind of thing you might be interested in, hit the like button down in this video and let's get into it. The investment I am going all in on, and I've been all in on for a few years now, is my 401k. And by going all in on my 401k plan, that means I will be investing $20,500 this year. And the reason I'm doing that is because making the maximum contribution to your 401k plan is the easiest and most surefire way for any of us to become millionaires. You may be sitting there now and be like, well, Jay, that's a ton of money. I don't even know if I can contribute that much. And there are a lot of people there along with you. The reason most people don't max out their 401k is because they simply don't think it's possible. But take it from a guy who used to think like that. Once you start and once you get in the habit of maxing out your 401k, it gets really easy and you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. And the reason it's a whole lot easier than anyone thinks it is because those contributions are pre-tax. That means for every dollar you contribute, you don't feel the pain of it as much as you would an after-tax dollar. Take, for example, if your effective tax rate is 20%. And you max out your 401k at $20,500 this year. Well, doing that will only feel like you're investing $16,400 because of that pre-tax benefit. But I think the most effective case for why you should be maxing out your 401k plan is if I just show you what you could have by doing so. Let's say you're 25 years old, you start maxing out your 401k this year. Outside of a few special scenarios, we really can't touch our 401k money until age 59 and a half. So let's say you start maxing out your 401k now at age 25 and you continue doing so every year until you retire at the age of 60. Even if you put all that money into your 401k and forgot to invest it into any funds, it just kind of sat there and earned nothing over that time, you would have $717,500 at the age of 60. If we assume you invest that money in your 401k and you manage a 7% return over that time, not only will you have more than $700,000, you'll have more than $2.9 million by the age of 60. But Jay, I'm not 25. That was a few years ago for me. Yeah, I get it. I hear you. If you're 30 years old, and you start maxing out your 401k this year, continue until you're 60, forget to do anything with it other than put it in the account, you'll still have $615,000 by the age of 60. If you get that same 7% return as the 25-year-old got, you'll accumulate over $2 million by the age of 60. But what if you're a real late bloomer? What if you're 40? You've invested nothing in your 401k to date. You start now at the age of 40, you continue until the age of 60. If that money doesn't earn a dime, you'll still have $410,000 at the age of 60. If you can manage that 7% return, you'll have nearly $820,000 at the age of 60. Now, even worst case scenario that I laid out there, you're a 40-year-old, no savings, max it out, but forget to invest it so it doesn't earn anything. You still have over $400,000 at the age of 60. That doesn't sound too shabby to me. How about you?
Not too shabby.
So the worst case scenario, if you start today, if you're 40 years old, you end up with $410,000. If you're 25, you end up with $718,000. Worst case scenario. And those numbers don't take into consideration any employer match whatsoever, any positive returns whatsoever. If you're young and you're starting from zero right now, with just a reasonable rate of return by the age of 60, you could have nearly $3 million. And given that the stock market's historical return is closer to 10%, and the maximum 401k limit does tend to increase every couple of years, that means I'm willing to say all of us who max out our 401k plans from now until the age of 60 will end up millionaires. And those of you that are starting young, if you take into consideration employee matches, the 401k limit raising over the years, and a return a little better than 7%, you could easily wind up with a nest egg of over $5 million by the time you're 60. Okay, yeah, Jay, that sounds great. I'm with you. I want to max out my 401k, but it's hard. How do I do it? So here are my tips for maxing out your 401k that will hopefully make it a little easier. Number one, realize that retirement is broken. Most of us no longer have pension plans provided to us. Social Security is far from guaranteed to be around in 20 to 30 years, so the only people we have to rely on for our retirement are ourselves. And once we realize that, the 401k is the option out there that allows us to save and invest the most amount of money towards our retirement. The second tip I'll give you that will help you be able to max out your 401k is do it automatically and gradually. Just about every 401k provider these days has a feature that you may or may not know about. And that's the feature that lets you automatically increase the amount of your contribution each year. So what you can do is set a goal of when you want to be maxing out your 401k plan by. Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years from now? Figure out that target goal and then work backwards. Figure out by what percentage you have to increase your current contribution to reach the maximum in that time frame. Set that up as your automatic increase percentage, and that's all you have to do. Given any salary increases you may have along the way, you may not even really feel those increases as they happen. And the third tip that will help you max out your 401k plan is simply budget for it. There are plenty of 401k paycheck calculators out there online. So what you can do is calculate what your take-home pay will be in each paycheck if you do decide to max out your 401k starting today. Take that new number of what will be ending up in your paycheck and set up your budget around that. Once you find that you can comfortably manage that new number of take-home pay, you may be surprised to find that you can very comfortably still manage to live today by increasing your 401k contribution to the max. So I really hope you do manage to max out your 401k contribution, if not today, sometime in the near future. Your 65-year-old self that's living on a golf course or sipping mimosas on a beach thanks you. And if you've already made the decision that you are going to max out your 401k, but you don't quite know how you want to invest that money, check out these videos right over here. They'll help you with just that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.